And welcome to Community Viewpoint once again. I'm John Pawlak, your host, and tonight we have our wonderful horticulturist. Is that what you're called?
Absolutely.
Yes, M.L. Robinson from the Cooperative Extension, UNCE.
UNCE, University of Nevada Cooperative Extension.
He's in town to do some organic gardening peddling. That's what we'll be. It's always colorful when you're here. Not only what you wear, but what you bring also.
This is what I wore Sunday. My wife forgot to lay out clothes, and it was the only outfit that I could figure out kind of matched. I don't do very well.
Yeah. And I have my T-shirt on here from House. This we're taping tonight. This is the night that House MD. It's the last episode, so I've got my House T-shirt on. So that's why it says "Everybody Lies." It's not has nothing to do with the station
Not me.
or us, but that's tribute to the 8 years he's been on. So let's talk about organic soil, organic gardening, composting. We're the Cooperative Extension here is the kids are doing gardening over there. They have raised beds. Home Depot's helped them, and I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Yeah, and that's part of the garden, and I work with them on it. If you're going to garden here, a lot of people, in fact, today I ran into someone who said, "Oh, you can't grow anything here." and I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Oh, you plant a watermelon seed out in that field, you got to water it, you got to fertilize it, and that's what you have to do in most places." It's challenging here, but we can grow things. You got to know the time of year, when to grow what. We really recommend using raised beds. It gets it up off the soil. It's a little easier to protect because we have bunnies and jackrabbits and everything else. That, we think about caterpillars and mites and other insects, but we also have larger varmints. And sometimes I've seen, along with neighbors coming in and eating. But hopefully not. But we had one master gardener here that he built literally bird cages. They look like aviaries with wire from the ground up and over to keep everything out. But raised beds are great because it gets it up off the ground. You control the situation. And organic soil is the best to grow in. And you can make that yourself with composting.
Now, raised beds, someone had mentioned using pallets. You ever do that? Is that something you shy away from?
Pallets, I think more about pallets as being something that you would make a composting bin out of. You can,
I see that.
You can make raised beds out of anything. I really recommend cement or cinder blocks as a good, or ties, wood, and they're all different kinds. Our office in Las Vegas, which is on basically Blue Diamond Road, becomes Windmill and 215, and we're putting in a whole big demonstration garden of nothing but raised beds there.
Oh, excellent.
So if they're in town, stay on Blue Diamond and get off and visit us. But you can make them out of anything. We don't really recommend that you use railroad ties that have been treated.
Creosote.
Right. You can use pressure treated, but usually you don't need to.
No. But let's get into the meat. Oh, no meat. Well, let's get into the program here because we're going to do three 8-minute segments.
Okay.
So I don't want to
lose. Well, we have several programs that are coming up that will help you with the gardening, how to make compost, and we do the full thing here. We not only teach you how to grow it, but they also have programs on how to preserve it once you've harvested it.
Right.
And so from beginning to end. And we do have a program that's going to be by compressed video called Grow Your Own, a back-to-basic guide to growing in Nevada. It's a statewide program, and again, if you call our office here in Pahrump, we can. They will help you with that, and just some really good training for you. And one of them is my colleague Angelo Callahan.
Dr. Angelo.
Yes.
Angela. Not Angela.
And she will be talking about growing in small spaces, and that's a good place to start. And then, of course, if you really want to get into growing everything here in Nevada, the Master Gardener program will begin, and now's the time to sign up for the Master Gardener program because it fills up fast.
Right.
And that'll start in September.
So you can go over to the Cooperative Extension over in Calvetta and down the line. And Debbie's over there, Debbie Woodland, and Pam's over there, and their number is 727-5532.
Right.
And Pam's over there too?
Yeah,
Pam and Debbie.
Pam does the 4-H and youth, and Debbie does the Master Gardener program and horticulture, and I work mostly with her. And if they have any problems, then we're the backup for them in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But you can grow things here. Last winter or last fall, we did a program on doing hoop houses so you can grow through the winter.
Yeah, I was looking at those online. Yeah, just cover them and then just like a Quonset hut.
Quonset hut, and they're very easy to make with PVC pipe. We'll be doing another this coming fall. We'll be doing another class on that.
Okay.
And so there are a lot of really simple things to do, and gardening. It's a little more challenging here, but we can still do it.
Yeah. Tomatoes?
Tomatoes.
We have the tomato lady. I forget who she is, but she comes
in Las Vegas.
She comes out here.
Right, and I was just over at Debbie Woodland, and one of Debbie is not only works for Extension, but she actually does this, and that's one of the exciting things.
Well, she's the worm lady too.
Yeah. And she has her garden going. She has tomato plants that are up this high, all in fruit in her greenhouse, and she's planting vegetables outside, and she had a beautiful garden all through this summer. Go by the office here in town. They have a wonderful garden with raised beds. You can see how they irrigate to save water with the inline emitters and whatnot. Right. And that's what Extension does. We've done it for over 100 years now, not here, but throughout the country. Right. And the hands-on, you can go by our offices, see how it's done, take the classes on how it's done, and gives you a good idea of what to do.
Okay, we're in our last few seconds for this segment. We'll come back, and then we got 1 minute? Yeah, we'll come back with another segment also, and then we'll explain a little bit about some of the hardware you have over there.
And part of this is getting rid of pesticides. We think about organic gardening and whatnot.
That's what it's all about.
It's what it's about. It's not only good soil, got to have good soil to raise healthy plants, but also how to use less pesticides.
All right, we'll see you on the other side.